What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? I see Grateful Dabs, Dan Fizzle. Dan Fizzle. Are we back, Dan? Just going to take a second here, set up here for just one quick second. Let's go live. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go live right now. So, what is going on? How's everybody doing? How was your 4th of July weekend? What did you see? What did you get into? Give me a little bit of context in the comment section. Did you experience a DUI checkpoint? Did anybody here have to go through a DUI checkpoint? I'm just wondering here. Let me turn my ringer off here. There it is. Okay. Anybody go through a DUI checkpoint? Les Paul. Warren Team DLZ is in the mother truck and chat. What is going on? It's so nice to be back in the studio, have the lighting, have the microphone. It's so much better. And I'm going to do probably Bill Roberts. What's going on, Playboy? Bill, did you see that your video went so super viral, dude? So super viral. I can't believe how viral. Everybody say hello to Bill Roberts. His video went so viral. It was unbelievable. I mean, Bill, talk about an internet star. Kevin Gordon, good to see you. Rancho Relaxo. Ripple Effect Media is in the hizzy. What is going on? Rudy Garcia. Marauder, Jody. What is going on, Jody? Okay, cool. Claudette is in the room. Dan Hanlon. What's up, Danny boy? What's going on, Danny? Did you guys all hit the like button? Did you reach your finger down there? Hit that thumbs up button real quick. Just give her a tapper. We're going to be live for a couple hours. Mikey B. We're going to be live for a couple hours. Can you guys get Team DLZ in the chat? Team DL motherfucking Z. Can you put it in the chat? Anybody experience a DUI checkpoint? Anybody get one of those DUI checkpoints? DUI checkpoints. So I got to start with this video because I think it's the funniest video I have ever seen. Are we live here? Let's see if we are live on the gram. Holy snarling snake shit. We are live on Instagram right now. What is going on, man? Holy shit. We are on the party train here today. What is going on, Rancho? What's the matter, you? Okay, let's get into it because I got a few videos I want to show today. We're going to show actually quite a few videos today. So this video says, haha, called it. This is funny. This is really fun. I mean, you know what I mean? If you're going to show a funny video, this is a funny video to show. This is pretty. Reunite America. What's going on, J and S?
He tight. Go, he about to fall. Yeah! He about to fall. He tight. Go. He tight. He can't take it. Go. He tight. He tight.
So, sorry. That's just absolutely freaking. BZ Watchdog is in the hizzy. BZ, come back when I'm doing a horizontal. Come back when I'm doing a vertical live stream, and I'll promote your last few videos that you've been doing. BS Unleashed, what's going on? So in this video, what you're going to see is, I'm not sure exactly where it is, but that's definitely a black guy. And as you know, a lot of black guys run real fast. Not all of them. I'm not bunching all black guys together. I'm just saying, typically when you go to a track meet and there's a bunch of people in the finals, even though I think the fastest guy in the world right now is actually a white dude, but then there's this high school kid, 17-year-old black kid, and he's the fastest guy in the world right now. So anyway, in this video, you're going to see this black guy who's going to totally clown on and punk this cop and be running alongside of him. And he's running like on a sideways with the camera rolling at the same time. And he's narrating that this cop is not going to make it. You got to see this. This is absolutely hilarious.
Tight. Go, he about to fall. Yeah! He about to fall. He tight. Go. He tight. He can't take it. He can't take it. Go. He tight.
Oh man. So I saw this video popped up in my feed and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make so many. Hey, Fred, what's going on, man? How is everybody? Michael Dolan's, what's going on? So I saw this video pop up in my feed and I knew that I had to go over this. You know, this video is part and parcel exactly the reason why you want to use the trifold and have the trifold in your hands and hold the phone as you're holding the trifold, invoking your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You want to be like this. And this video is 100% a prime example of the reason why you want to do it exactly as you are, as I teach you here.
Because he told him to go.
My bad. Make sure he ain't got me, Cam, fam. He got me? What? I ain't even doing nothing. What I do? Window 10.
There's the mistake. There's the mistake right there. You just heard it. You just heard it. When the cop starts talking to you and having a back and forth with you, he is trying to arrest you. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that's a fact. If that cop is having a back and forth with you when you first start the stop, he's trying to find a reason to arrest you. And this guy could not make bigger mistakes. He could not mess this up worse. And this is a prime example of why you want to use your trifold.
What? I ain't even doing nothing. What I do? Window 10. You know what you did?
Window tint, you know what you did.
What? You don't want that pay for to get it on? That don't mean I don't get pulled up for that every day. Like what? You can get my ticket, yeah. That's the address though. I don't know who you're talking to like that. I'm saying you get my ticket. I'll tell it. You ain't gonna get no ticket. How about that? So how you gonna tell my car for a window tint? I'm saying motor vehicle because I get a ticket. Like what?
And just like that, that's how it goes bad. Just like that. You start talking to the cop, and then the cop feels disrespected. The cop has the power to impound your car, and then he does. The cop has the power over you, whether I like that or not, and you know that I hate it. And you're going to start talking back and forth with him when all I do is sit here and teach you guys to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's what you should do. That's what should be happening here, but it's not. He did not invoke his Fifth Amendment right. And look what the cop says. I'll tow it. I'll tow it. You ain't gonna get no ticket. Now he's got to step out of the car.
Talking about. Pull your ride too. Call my ride for what? Told for what? You towing my stuff for a window tint because I said get my ticket? What's your badge number, your ID? What's your badge number, your ID? Like, who you think you talking to, boy? Think this is towing my stuff because a window tint. Man, you don't get my ticket. I ain't calling nobody, nigga. Thought this was. He got mad. I said get my ticket. You can't get mad at me because I said get my ticket. I'm finna go somewhere. The freak. I don't know who these niggas be thinking they is. They need black. Going for nothing. On God.
Wow, that's a beautiful car.
He just gave me content. I'm not step outside the vehicle for what? How much you know what you did? Like what? Who you think you talking to?
He thinks he's talking to a guy who doesn't know how to do a pullover. And it's not that it's not that there's anything wrong with this guy. There's nothing wrong with him. He doesn't know how to do a pullover. He doesn't. Small Tyrant Hunter with the super chat. Right on, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, he doesn't know how to do a pullover. He doesn't know to invoke his Fifth Amendment right. He doesn't know to pull his phone out and go to touchdown position. Trifold license registration in the left hand, phone in the right hand. He doesn't know how to do it. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. He doesn't know what he's doing. And because he doesn't know what he's doing, his car is being impounded. We're watching it happen.
Yo. I'm trying to talk to you, bro. You ain't talking to me. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Stand in front of my windshield. Why are you detaining me, though?
Now take a look. Now he's going in cuffs. Now he's being put in torture cuffs. Jennifer Hill, what's going on? Because he did not follow the protocol.
But why are you detaining me? This ain't no party. This ain't no platform.
We ain't doing all this. This ain't no party. This ain't no party. Right on, Ripple Effect Media. Thanks for the super chat, brother.
Say 40. No, what? It's cool. I took my phone, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not going to I got your phone right here, dude. Can I use my phone? I got stuff to do before that. But I'm in the bank. I got you. I have to do. That ain't crazy to you? Just on keep my way. I'm saying that ain't crazy, you know? No. You think it's the first time I did this?
Oh no, I think he does this all the time.
For a window tint and get it towed?
He does this
This state
regularly.
officer just expressing how much of a tyrant he is.
No, the cop does this all the time to people.
You think it's the first time I did this? No, you ain't the first person to get yanked for a window tint.
So, did you hear that? You're not the first person to get yanked for a window tint. Put in the comment section for me JBTP, which stands for, as you know, Jack Boot Thug Pig. That is absolutely ridiculous. You're not the first person I've pulled for window tinting. So you're not the first person he's not the first person that this cop has ruined, has stolen from, has cheated, has impounded his car, stolen his money. You're not the first person. Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying, right? I mean,
it towed? No, I'm talking about I'm in the back of the car in handcuffs like I do. You do not listen. You gotta listen. If I tell you to get out the roadway, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. I said get out the roadway. I did, and then I said, "Sir." And then what happened? And then you walked in front of your car with your little camera, and then you walk up to my window. When did I say do any of that? Did I say it was a crime? I said you're being because you do not listen. I know you're gonna stay back there when I put you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Not when you're under an investigation. What do you think a traffic stop is? I gotta investigate who you got. I gotta investigate the car to see if it's stolen or you got the right registration. Hey, y'all take this like a joke, bro. I don't know why y'all listen to TikTok, all that crazy stuff, bro. It's a three. What you know? What you know? I'm a millionaire nigga. What you know? I'm gonna tell you what you know. What you know? What you know? I'm asking you. I know my laws, bro. I haven't did nothing. You know your laws? Yes. So what law is this right here? Window tint violation. I don't know what you got going on. Okay. But you know your law. Yes, I do. So what's a window tint violation? I said give me a ticket for it's $50 ticket. That's all it is. And what is the law on it? I was gonna pay the ticket. So what is the law on it? It's $50. I said what is the law on it? Is it not $50? I don't know. Every county's different. Every county's different. I say all the time if I get a window. So you have gotten a window tint ticket? No, I haven't. Not in this part. But I have in my life, yes. And yet you still decided to get the window tint. I actually have I just thought about it. I actually have a medical record so I can. Oh yeah, do you keep it on you like they tell you? You're in violation of that too. How? Because you're at 19 to 0%. It only lets you go up to 20. I seen that too. I got a picture of my phone. 20% right now. What are you talking about? Yeah, 19. I just tested it. 19, 20 about the same thing, bro. Come on. You look like it's at 10 or something. It's 20, bro. Stop it. Like, you paid for it. That's a crazy point. I said 20%. I did. So if it's 19, that's their fault. Who's driving it though? I don't get a window ticket. I'm a black guy. Come on, bro. I don't know what 20% 19 is. I'm supposed to know that. You think I'm gonna go to the court and I'm not doing all that. But I said 20%. He gave me 19. I can't help it. I don't know. I tell you this. I think it's worth it. I told him 20%. That's why I was out the freezer.
I mean, listen to the arguing back and forth. It's not doing him any good. Rudy Garcia with the super chat. Use the trifold. Use the fifth. Don't get in the back and forth with a pig who's out to get you. Rancho Relaxo with a super chat. 4th of July is hard to celebrate in the land of the unfree.
I make the light. I'm thinking you need to get out the way. That's why I'm going to I ain't doing nothing. That's why I'm like, what am I doing? And he was like, you must be. I'm like, I'm confused. Like, I'm a student. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm lost. You ain't saying you just give me a license. I'm like, really? You got the wrong car or something? I don't know if somebody called out in by the blue car racing. That's why I said, what I done? I didn't know that. I don't know why your tag's coming back to a 2003 Chevrolet. Chevrolet.
Negative. I've got a blue Dodge Challenger.
Well, that officer hoping that car's stolen.
And then you record and like, bro, I'm recording too. Like, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying like, for what? And then people's riding by, what they do,
Well,
regular
because we're not going to get that body camera footage is why.
recording you. Now it's like, dude, for 3 minutes you would have stayed in your car, stayed in the AC. Yeah, that's because you was talking like I was an inconvenience to you.
No, no, you are an inconvenience. That's so funny. Listen to what this cop says. This is
Yeah, that's because you was talking like I was an inconvenience to you.
no,
Like,
you absolutely are an inconvenience to us. You pulling him over for window tint did not help society at all whatsoever. You didn't do a service for your community. You're pulling him over to revenue collect, to harass him, to show that you have the power over him to arrest him. But you are a jackboot thug pig, my friend. That cop is the definition of a jackboot thug pig.
dude, I'm just as hot as you are on the dang side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna write you a ticket. Really, the only way I'm not towing it because I don't feel like waiting.
So the only reason he's not going to steal the man's car and steal his money by stealing his car is because he doesn't want to wait on the side of the road for the tow truck. He just wants to torture cuff him and put him in the back of the car and show him that he has the power over him. And the cops wonder why so many people hate them. And that's, I'm just being honest. I mean, I'm just being honest. So there was literally no point in putting him in torture cuffs and putting him in the back of the car and telling him you're going to tow his car away. There was no point in doing any of that, right? Okay, let me put his face on the screen big so we can hear what he says.
So we just got out of the team, bro. Officer Nielsen, I gotta get his badge number and all that. So I don't even want to ask him to get me late. I know his name, Officer Nielsen, though. Can I get your name and badge number? What? Am I free to go? I can't get your name and badge number. That's all you're supposed to provide it. Super Nets, what's your badge number? Don't worry about your badge number. You're legally provided to tell me that, though. You're not under arrest. You're talking to me regular.
Kimberly Seitzer is in the chat. What's going on, Playboy? What is going on?
So we ain't. So you don't give me your badge number? Okay, I'm still see you in court. Don't worry about it. I'm still see you in court.
Thanks, Ripple Effect.
Okay. What? I'm gonna still see you in court, bro. Oh God. How much you want to play this game? Nah, nigga, because you got me in the car, you slammed me, and I got it on film because of a window tint.
I mean, that's it right there, you know. And I'm not sure how much more this guy is going to continue to be upset in camera. But the truth is, and I'm sorry, but it's true. I have hundreds and hundreds of stories of people who have told me they invoked their Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. They used their phone as a ninja warrior, and the cop let them go, or they got a ticket and they got to go home. Bill Rowe Birds, are you still in the chat? Bill Rowe Birds will tell you. He sat there, remained silent, said he was going to invoke his fifth, his right to remain silent. When they said, "Can I search your car?" Bill Rowe Bird said, "No, you cannot search my car. Those are my rights." And the cops had to let him go. Even if they're going to give him a ticket, what's your job? Your job is because you want to go home. That's your job. You want to go home, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to go home. That's the whole point. It's the whole reason why I invented this. Get your trifold on deletelaws.com. Go get one. So I don't know what else he's going to say. I'll listen to him for 2 more seconds, but I'm sorry. The cops have created a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols so that they can try to arrest you. If you don't follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols, then you're going to get cuffed up. You're going to get ticketed. You're going to get arrested. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to tow your car away. That's what's going to happen. I can't wait till I get pulled over when I'm not on probation, says Kimberly Seitzer. Ronald Swaney's in the room. What's going on? BS Unleashed. What's going on? Fred Wagner is here. What's going on, Fred? How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Rancho Relaxo, Michael Dolan. Yeah, you know, I mean, you guys can see. People make mistakes. People make mistakes when they get pulled over. They don't follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols, and then they get hemmed up. And they wonder why they got hemmed up. Where's Chevy? I don't see Chevy. I don't see Chevy, Coke Dog, Let's. I don't see Potter's Media. I don't see those guys in here. I don't know where they are. I sent them a text message. I sent a few people because I know that YouTube's not going to promote any horizontal video I do. So I have to send text messages out to my friends and supporters when I go live. Okay, so this is another one. I mean, I've got so many videos here that I want to show you guys where if the person had invoked the Fifth Amendment, then this wouldn't be happening. But they don't invoke their Fifth Amendment right, and then they end up in a mess, in an absolute and total mess. And that's what we're seeing all over the country. How was your 4th of July? Put in the comment section how your 4th of July was. Just curious to see what's going on. Charlie is a money hound. Charlie is laying right next to me right here. Good to see you guys. Grateful Dabs. Raw Weber is in the room. What's going on, Raw Weber? All right, let's get into this next video.
Yeah, I'm actually still I can't step out the car, sir. What you got to I got you. Well, I hope you're getting out. I'm gonna help you get out. I'm gonna help you get out. I don't think that's gonna happen, sir. I don't think that's gonna happen, sir.
I mean, so we have a little bit of an echo here, but that's just on the video itself.
I do. I'm asking you, but I'm telling you. It's not an option. What's the problem? And the problem is that because your history of having a dog to be out here on the car. You have to be out of the car. I can't get out of the vehicle, sir. I'm going to assist you. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to touch me. And I'm definitely not about to touch me.
So, okay, now listen. This guy is a paraplegic. This video went super duper viral. This video went so freaking viral, right? But where is the mistake? Let's go back to the beginning here and let's show you the mistake. Okay, so he walks up here. Okay, so the cop asked him to turn off the car, so he turns off the car. So the cop starts off with, I need you to step out of the car. The guy is a paraplegic. He cannot step out of the car. Yeah, Dan, I think this one is from Ohio. Yeah, Dan Cochran got it. The mistake was speaking at all. You simply give the cop your license, registration, and proof of insurance that you have on a laminated card or all tucked away in your trifold, nice and neat. Give them your license, registration, proof of insurance, and then get the flock out of there. Get out of there.
What you got to do? I got you. Well, I hope you're getting out. I'm gonna help you get out. I'm gonna help you get out. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen, sir. I don't think that's gonna happen, sir. I do.
Let me see if I can find, because I know this guy's name is it's Lawrence. Let me see if I can find another version of this that doesn't have the Owensby. Let me see if I can just find it here. Clifford Owensby. Yeah. So let me see if I can just see how I have. Yeah, that's the long version. This might be the short version.
Clifford Owensby, as seen on this body camera footage released by Dayton, Ohio police, repeatedly explained to officers that he was a paraplegic and had no use of his legs.
I can't get out of the vehicle, sir.
Owensby was pulled over September 30th in a white Audi in Dayton, Ohio. Police say it was seen leaving a suspected drug house.
You can cooperate and get out of the car. I'll drag you out of the car.
Okay, so isn't it always that? Every single time we see one of these situations that escalate, he was leaving a drug house. He was in a high crime area. We saw him over there talking to people that we know are bad. There were cars getting broken into over here. If there's crime everywhere, then what is the point in incarcerating people for decades? What's the point? If there's high crime area here, people are breaking into cars over here, there's a trap house over there, then what is the point in having people locked in cages for decade upon decade upon decade? What is the point? We've been locking people up in the millions since the 80s. It's 2025. How much good has it done? He was suspected of leaving a trap house. Aren't they always? He was in a high crime area. We had some cars broken into over here last week. You know what? There's a guy who died across the street last year. Guy got robbed and shot across the street last year. You know what that means? Everybody who comes in this area right around here, guy got robbed and shot last year. So I need to check you for weapons and make sure you're not breaking into cars. It is such a fucking scam. It is such a scam. Oh, so just so you know, Ubaga, what do they do with crippled people in jail? They put them in general population. They give them crutches or even a wheelchair, and then they have to survive in that general population situation. I saw it. I saw 2 different handicapped guys come into jail when I was in jail. Dan Hanlon said it. It's about money. Oh, so Kim said something here. You have the right to say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If you say, I'm not answering any more questions, that's not the same as invoking your Fifth Amendment right. Kimberly Seitzer, right there, everybody. Kimberly Seitzer. I mean, you literally just nailed it. This is the reason why I'm always saying, get a trifold, put it in your car, keep it in your car. When you get pulled over, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right, you always fall back to this piece of paper. Always, always, always. You always fall back to this piece of paper because it's the difference between you invoking your Fifth Amendment right because you have a guide in your hand or not. There's a big difference between those two things. And I think that everybody here should make sure that they're prepared.
The police released video was edited. NBC News cannot confirm what happened before or after. The officers forcibly pull Owensby out of the car by his hair, pinning him to the ground.
Somebody help! Somebody help! Can y'all call the real police, please?
Then dragging him towards the police vehicle. Police say they found more than 20.
Did they throw his shoe in the...
Then dragging him towards the police vehicle.
He picks up the shoe.
Police say...
and throws it through the window. What a scumbag.
They found more than $22,000 in the car. The narcotics canine dog signaled it had been in close proximity to illegal drugs.
I feel like they need to train their officers to deal with...
Hold on a minute. Let me go back here. Hold on a second.
Dogs signaled it had been in close $22,000 in the car. The narcotics. Police say they found more than $22,000 in the car. The narcotics canine dog signaled it had been in close proximity to illegal drugs.
Okay, so that is a load of shit on a stick. Did you know, I think it was 2022, or it was either 2 years after the pandemic, 2022, or 2 years before, 2018 or 2022. I can't remember. It's been too much information. But they did a study on $100 bills in the United States of America. And they found that 100% of $100 bills in these United States of America had traces of cocaine and other drugs on them. So the idea that these cops are going to say, and of course it's Ohio, they're going to say that, you know what? This money here, this $22,000 was in close proximity of narcotics. Well, if there's narcotics on every single $100 bill in the stack, then that means that it's just like every other $100 bill in America, that there are traces of cocaine on every single $100 bill in the United States. But the lying state-run media, let's listen to it again just so it can incense me.
The narcotics canine. Police say they found more than $22,000 in the car. The narcotics canine dog signaled it had been in close proximity to illegal drugs.
Oh, what a load of shit. How could they actually know that? That is such a fucking lie. You know, we found this money and we can say definitively it was in close proximity with drugs. What a fucking lie. And there's intelligent people who went to college, and they still can't figure out that there's traces of barbiturates on every single. My God. What'd you say here? Bruce with the super chat. Thanks, Bruce, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Somebody match him. Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate you, dude. So it says, did you forget something? Chili starts with a W and ends with an H. What the hell? I don't know what you meant, Bruce. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. I really appreciate it. But this is just a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. And now here's this guy, right? If he was a dope dealer, then why didn't they arrest him for being a dope dealer? They can't. What they can do is they can seize his money and say, you know what? We're sure that this money was previously by drugs, so we're going to take the money.
I feel like they need to train their officers to deal with disabled people in a more efficient manner. You know, treat them with respect.
But the Dayton Fraternal Order of Police defending the officers, saying they offered to assist Owensby, but sometimes the arrest of non-compliant individuals is not pretty. The mayor of Dayton calling the video very concerning, adding a full investigation is already underway. Molly Hunter, NBC News.
It's just so.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
Follow us on social media. Maybe you guys have heard of that before. If you want to follow us on social media, we have social media channels you can watch us on. I am a boomer. Dan Cochran with a $20 super chat. Right on, Dan. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Listen, I'm not going to do a lot of vertical streaming. I'm going to do vertical streaming a few times a week, and obviously for Constitution headquarters, I'm going to do some vertical stuff for that. But I'm going to stay horizontal. If we only have a few hundred people that show up, then right now there's only 100 people here, 92 people. If YouTube's not going to promote the horizontal video, then they're not going to promote it. But I want to talk to and work with people who want to talk to and work with me. I don't want to just randomly have people swing by for 45 seconds or 2 minutes and then they leave. I actually want to engage with human beings. So, you know, I could go live and have 1,000 people in here, but how many of those people are really going to engage with us and actually follow the content so they understand that we've created a policy, procedure, and protocol for yourself? When you get pulled over, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right by using this little blue piece of paper right here. And I'm going to change my shipping stuff on there. I'm going to change it where people can get a shipping for $2. And then you have to take responsibility for putting your address in right. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make that change here pretty quick. Hopefully people on Instagram, can you guys, there's only 92 people on the main channel, but there's 200 people here across the other channels. So it's just, you know, I would say I could pretend like it's not frustrating, but it absolutely is, you know, it absolutely is, you know, because this is what I do for a living, you know, this is what I do. So it's all right. We'll get through it.
An update tonight.
So now here is another one where.
And a Brooklyn cop accused of hitting a car, leaving the scene of the accident and assaulting the driver.
We now know who was found at fault and the prosecutor's decision on whether to press charges.
19 investigator Mike Mason.
The prosecutor's decision on whether to press charges.
Broke this story. He has the latest for us tonight.
This officer was off duty on his way to work. A Maple Heights man claims that officer not only hit his car and took off, but physically assaulted him when he tried to find out why. You could say Juwan Wyckoff was a little ticked off after finding out an off-duty Brooklyn police officer is the one who hit his car and took off.
What happened?
A cop hit my car and tried to run on the highway.
19 Investigates obtained this body cam footage from Brooklyn police showing Wyckoff explaining to the chief how one of their own had also assaulted him after the crash.
Did you get a license plate? No, because I got video from running.
It happened on April 30th on I-90 in Westlake. Police there investigated, and we've now learned they found Brooklyn Police Sergeant Paul Stein at fault for pulling in front of Wyckoff's car and hitting his right bumper. Police photos of the crash show noticeable damage to Wyckoff's Kia Sportage and Stein's Chevy Silverado. Westlake police cited Stein for improper lane change. Brooklyn had an independent prosecutor review what happened between Stein and Wyckoff at the station, but he decided not to press charges against either one.
So did that say at the top of this, Brooklyn, Ohio? As usual, if you guys didn't know, Scrubzilla! What's going on, brother? As you guys know, Ohio is one of the
proper lane change. Brooklyn had an independent prosecutor.
An independent prosecutor who does what? You had an independent prosecutor who comes in and backs up cops. That's what they do. Kevin Butler, Brooklyn Director of Law.
Review what happened between Stein and Wyckoff.
So he reviewed it. And what did he say
Lane
exactly?
change. Brooklyn had an independent prosecutor review what happened between Stein and Wyckoff.
As special prosecutor for the city of Brooklyn, I was asked to review the conduct of Jawan Wyckoff and Paul Stein related to an incident April 30th, 2025. My review's sole focus was on conduct within the city of Brooklyn. My review is independent of any investigation into either Wyckoff or Stein by any other municipalities for conduct occurring on April 30th, 2025. My review was not focused on internal investigations related to the department regulations, standard of conduct, or Paul Stein's job status with the city of Brooklyn. As such, I will not comment on what, if any, internal discipline should be placed on Paul Stein. Of course not. Of course.
Wyckoff at the station.
After a thorough review of the actions of both Wyckoff and Stein, I have made the determination that no criminal charges will be filed against either party for conduct on April 30th, 2025. Please do not hesitate to contact me with questions or concerns. Brian Radigan. Really?
Brooklyn had an independent prosecutor.
Brian Radigan. Oh, all right, Brian. I'll play. You said that anybody could contact you, so all right. I mean, I read the thing. Let's give a call, Brian, and let's see exactly what the hell you're talking about.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Do you guys see the same number I see? Do you guys see this? Let me see what that says. That says 216. Okay, I got it. 216-721-7700. I don't think there's going to be anybody in. We'll find out, though. Right, Josephine. Josephine got it. So the criminal.
Thank you for calling the Buckeye Law Offices. For a dial by name directory, press star. For Tom Shaughnessy, press 117. For Tom M. Shaughnessy, press 116. For Chuck Morgan, press 118. For Nancy Jameson, press 114. For D'Angelo Little, press 119. For Craig Smotzer, press 110. For Jennifer McTurnan, press 113. For Andrew Baker, press 112. For Brian Radigan, press 111. For Fallon Radigan, press 120. For William.
To review what happened between Stein and Wyckoff at the station.
As usual, Ohio. It's always Ohio, isn't it? I mean, not always. Ohio just is a total police state. Let's see if we can get a hold of Brian Radigan and kind of shake him up a little bit as far as his decision in this case.
You've reached Brian Radigan, attorney at law. I am unavailable right now. Please leave your name.
Brooklyn had an independent prosecutor review what happened between Stein and Wyckoff.
Hey, Brian, my name's JD. I'm just giving a call because I seen a video, and I seen on the video that it was your letter in there where it was talking about how you didn't think that either Wyckoff or Stein should be charged with any sort of crime. And I was a little bit annoyed by it because the thing is that we seen it. We seen it on video. We all seen it. We was all watching it. And so what I want to do, Brian, is I want to try to give you a call back tomorrow and hope that maybe we could jump on a phone call and you and I could talk about this letter that you wrote about Wyckoff and Stein. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Sorry about that. I wasn't ready to do the character. I wasn't ready to do the character of JD, but I just jumped right into it, even though I was completely not ready. I forgot. So the first thing I said was, was a little bit off. That was not a very good accent. I apologize. I can do better. Allow me to redeem myself.
Wyckoff at the station, but he decided not to press charges against either one.
The video was shocking. The video is stunning to see.
Attorney Keith Hansbrough watched our reports and now represents Wyckoff.
And what's really bad about it is not only what they did, but how badly they're lying about it after the fact and thumbing their nose at both Juwan and also the general public.
Wyckoff says at the time he had no clue the truck's driver was a cop. After the accident, he began following the Chevy, using his cell phone to clock speeds over 100 miles an hour. Stein can be seen speeding erratically, cutting off vehicles on the freeway, barreling through red lights, and recklessly racing through residential streets. When Wyckoff follows Stein into a parking lot, surveillance video shows him shoving Wyckoff's face and kicking his leg before shutting the door. Afterwards, Wyckoff went to the front desk to explain to the chief what had happened.
Wow. So just imagine if there was a video of you driving
off
like
vehicles on the freeway,
just imagine
barreling through red lights, and recklessly racing through residential streets. When Wyckoff follows Stein into a parking lot, surveillance video shows him shoving.
I mean, if you and I mean, do me a favor, just put a 1 in the chat. If you did that, if you would be drug off to jail. If you showed the cops a video of any other person doing that wasn't a cop, if a cop saw a video of you driving like that, you would be drug off to a dungeon in 2 seconds flat. That is absolutely true. It is unbelievable to see this. And I really, boy, I mean, you know what? I'm going to keep my cool because we got a lot of videos to go through today, but that was some absolute and total bullshit. That was some bullshit that a cop can hit a guy's car and then speed away. And then some guy named, what was that guy's name again? Moron Dan, whatever his name was, is going to say that there's no charges against a cop who did a hit and run and then drove away at over 100 miles an hour. That is such a fucking scam. That is a fucking scam. And that's a scam perpetrated against Wyckoff, against the people of Ohio, and against you and me, because this breeds even more distrust to these dirty pigs. And listen, I'll tell you, you guys see a lot of my videos where I'm like, I can hate these cops. They're all dirty pigs, right? And I have learned there are some good people who are cops. It sucks to say. I've met them. I've met some good people who are jail executioner guards who are good people. So I know in my videos, sometimes I'm super like hellfire and brimstone, but I do hold out hope that there are some good cops on the force. We didn't see any in this video. We didn't see. Show me the good cop in this video.
Wyckoff's face and kicking his leg before shutting the door.
Wow.
Afterwards, Wyckoff went to the front desk to explain to the chief what had happened.
I can tell you, if I were in to this, I would have pulled my guy.
A Westlake detective later called Stein for his side of the story.
He claims I hit him. I never felt an impact.
Were you aware this guy was chasing you the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to get away from him.
Okay.
Because he was driving like a bat out of hell.
Wyckoff's attorney says Stein should face criminal charges, and he plans to file lawsuits against the department and Stein in both state and federal courts.
People that saw what happened to Juwan should instantly think about, I don't want that to happen to me. That's not safe.
Well, this is diehard Team DLZ. So let me just take a poll real quick here. So a lot of people are saying things in the chat, and I just want to see. Put a 1 in the chat if you think there's some good cops. Put a 2 in the chat if you think there's no good cops. Put a 3 in the chat if you think there's 1 or 2 good cops. So 1, I don't know what I just said. But I just want to know, do you think there's good cops or no good cops? I just want to know what people think. Do you think there's good cops or no good cops? I just want to know some good cops, no good cops. I just want to know what people think, you know? So it's like, I mean, I hold out hope that there are at least 1 or 2 human beings. You know, we know Detective Matt Thornton, who has a YouTube channel. I've spoke to him on the phone. There's none. People are like none. So just put none, good, or some, and then we'll know. None, good, or some. Put it in the comment section so we know. Bill Rowe Birds said no good cops, maybe 3, but I doubt it. No good or some. Put that word in there for me, will you? There's no good cops. There's some good cops. or there's good cops? How many are there? There it is. Oh, and then Oath Undone says honor your oath. 100% Oath Undone. I think it's important to keep your word and to keep your commitment to upholding the Constitution and the Bill of Rights for the people of this country. And we are not seeing that. We are no good, says Dakota Wolf. Mikey B says F all gall. Danelle Brown says 99% bad. Christopher said there's some good cops. The good ones cover for the bad ones, Chili, said Gloria. Maybe 5%, said Dan Hanlon. Remember, none, says Jennifer Collins. Remember, we are all, I mean, and let's just make it clear. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a victim of police brutality. Can you send this to me? Palestine with a $20 super chat. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Please react to this guy's video when you have time today. My blood boils. Thanks. Whiny teen calls his daddy after mouthing off to a deputy. Can you email me that, Palestine? Can you email that to me if you would, please? I mean, love you, Ripple Effect. So can Bruce or I don't see Rat Boy Ninja. What is going on? Can Bruce or Scrub? Good to see you, Scrubzilla. I'm glad you're back, man. Claudette, you have my email address. You email me regularly. Can someone find this video for me real quick and email it to me? I got a couple more videos to show, but I do want to cover this video. Thanks, Palestine, for sending me in the suggestion. I got to cover a lot of videos today because we're so far behind. From being gone in Oklahoma for 8 days, we are so far behind. I've got to catch up. I'm Chevy. Where you at? Where are you at? One many times. Yeah. So listen, I have ran into in my lifetime. There were 2 in my hometown, one named Russell, one named McDonald. And the rest of the cops in my hometown in the tiny little peninsula, well, gigantic peninsula, but for population wise, a tiny little peninsula in Alaska, they were all pigs, except for McDonald and Russell. Those 2 cops were decent cops. The rest of the cops in my tiny little town were such horrible dicks. Kimberly Seitzer says there's some good cops. There's some good cops, Mikey B. And then same thing. That's what I believe right there, Ubaga. Some cops have good intentions, but most go by the book, and the policies, procedures, and protocols are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric.
If it happened to Mr.
And Stein in both state and federal courts.
People that saw what happened to Jawan should instantly think about, I don't want that to happen to me. That's not safe. If it happened to Mr. Wyckoff, it could happen to me. It could happen to one of my kids.
We reached out to both Sergeant Stein and Chief Scott Milkey, but they declined to comment. The chief does tell us he's still looking into this for potential policy violations. We'll, of course, keep you updated. Mike Mason, 19 News.
Yeah, Mike Mason, 19 News. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. And then I think that right here, I think I have Seldwin. Seldwin has been a member here for almost 2 years. You know, a lot of you guys, when you put your memberships up, I realized I was in jail for 4 of the months that you were a member of this channel. I wasn't even here presenting, and you guys kept your memberships. I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I can grab that. Let me grab it off my phone real quick. Got you, Greg. Got you, Greg. Thank you, buddy. Oh, is this the one right here? Okay. Oh, wow. Is that a cop narrating? Oh, no way. No way. Do we have to sit here and put up with Frank Sloop? Do we have to really put up with Frank Sloop? No way. No way. Unbelievable. All right, let's check it out. So this is the video that was recommended by Palestine. Thanks, Palestine, for the super chat. I appreciate it. So this is the video that Palestine wanted us to watch today. So we'll check it out because I've got I literally have like 20 videos to show you guys. I am so far behind. Seldwin, thanks for being a member for almost 2 years, dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you guys consider becoming a member, subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate your support. And we will get caught up. And Danielle Brown said, fake ass Frank. Fake ass Frank Sloop. turd. Seldwin with the $20 super chat. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Seldwin. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your support. So, all right, we're going to watch a couple minutes of this Frank Sloop video. Is he the one narrating this whole thing? Is this Law and Crime? They have Frank Sloop on Law and Crime.
We're looking at episode 9 today. This is a fan favorite. I get comments all the time about.
Wait, this is a fan favorite?
Blue Mustang kid and what a just terrible human being this kid is. And we're going to see why right now.
It's a dangerous job enough just to be working on the side of the road, but having people travel at a speed that's above the posted speed limit, that's really what's dangerous. So when you cross these two giant signs that are as big as the windshield of your car,
Almost bigger.
so the cameraman for Fridays with Frank came to the sheriff's office.
You know what? Just, I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt. Forgive me. Thanks, Seldwin. I appreciate it. But you know what pisses me off? The smug arrogance of this jackboot thug pig. Put it in the comment section. JBTP. Put it in the comment section if you would, please. Put it in the comment section. This is the arrogance of this PIGGIE. He's so arrogant. And he's on the Brady list. We know he's on the Brady list. Chris Beaumont will tell you he's on the Brady list. Texas 3 is here. Just the smugness.
From news media. So he likes props. So here you see that they were
Shut up.
56. Got it. And tinted windshield.
So that's the whole thing. 56 and tinted windshield. Like, you got him. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him for having that tinted windshield.
Oh, really? What's up, man? How you doing? That's actually not true. See your driver's license.
What did I do?
Let me see your driver's license.
Hey, film it long. Come, I'm getting harassed. Don't touch my car.
What?
Harassed.
A jerk.
Dude, I wasn't speeding. I was following my mother.
Okay.
So
Do you know what? Let me see your driver's license.
What was I doing?
I'm not going to ask you again, or I'm going to put my hands on you. Let me see your driver's license.
Dad, can you come here? I have it. Stop. Just give me my.
There we go. So,
I mean, look at the psyop operation. Listen to the music they're playing. Look how they put Frank as though he's some sort of great authority. Look how big this sign is, and his windows are tinted. Like, they want you to buy into things being illegal. Like that Mustang driving down that road right there was causing any problems at all whatsoever. He was not. He absolutely was not. It's just unbelievable. You guys do me a favor, hit the like button if you would. Hit the thumbs up button down there in the bottom of your video or on your phone. Hit that like button real quick. Hit the subscribe button. I mean, we only have like 115, 120 people in this room, so it's gonna be a small room because I'm gonna go horizontal videos for the most part because I'm frustrated that I know I've watched other people's videos, so I know that the content that we create is good enough, pretty good quality compared to other channels I've seen. So the idea that we're going to have this many subscribers and YouTube is going to shadow ban like this, then they can do it. But I'm just going to keep on fighting uphill.
Speed limit. Well, you're in public, so there's no expectation of privacy.
What a jerk.
No, there's not.
Actually, the jerk is you, Frank.
There is not in public. So you're in a.
Couldn't even let me talk.
Say run anything.
Okay, can you just talk instead of being like you're being a woman?
What about?
I get a lot of questions as to like, how do you deal with when people are mean to you and people say all these terrible things? How do you not react?
What are you talking about? Like Palestine, I'm so glad you sent this to me. It is. You're the tyrant, Frank. You're the bad element, dude. You're the one going, oh, he's driving through here faster than 35, maybe 45. And he's got tinted windows. I'm going to get him. And he's the jerk because he doesn't want to be harassed by you. He doesn't want you stealing the money out of his wallet for going the speed of traffic, but he's got a really pretty blue Mustang or Camaro, whatever kind of muscle car it is. And so now Frank is going to pretend as though he has the higher ground, that he has the moral high ground. He's the good guy. Like, how do you deal with it when people are mean to you? Well, you gigantic piece of shit. You put people in chains. You drag people down to dungeons over window tint. You take people to the most dangerous place on earth here in the United States of America. You're the bad guy. Don't you get it? And you wouldn't be, Frank. But the policies, procedures, and protocols that you've agreed to put on people are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. You're the problem, dude. And it's really sad because I would love to respect cops. I would love to be like, put their Venmo across their back. That's such a hero. Let's all Cash App him. He's such an amazing person. But the truth is, Frank, you're the bad guy. And I want to show you something real quick. I want to show you something. So let's take a look here. So
Part
we're at 228. We're going to come right back to this. Okay.
A6
Okay.
of 35 miles per hour. Seems simple.
Okay. So he's sitting there on the side of the road with a radar gun to decide that he's going 5 miles or 10 miles an hour over speed. Look at this. He's not
56. Got it.
He's doing 56 in a 35. The speed limit is regularly 55. So he's doing 1 mile an hour over what typical the speed limit is.
Tinted windshield.
But look, the car behind him is doing the exact same speed.
56. Got
See
it.
the white car?
Tinted windshield.
The car behind him is doing the exact same speed. Holy snarl and snake shit. Bill Rowe Birds with 20 gifted memberships. Holy shit. Right on. Thanks, Bill. Bill Rowe Birds, you are a patriot, my friend. I appreciate your support. I really do. If you guys have not seen Bill's pullover, he handled the cop like a G. He did a great job, man. Thanks, Bill. Everybody's going to get free memberships in here tonight. Thank you so much, Bill. I appreciate it. But I wanted you to see that. That Mustang was not speeding. That Camaro was not doing some gigantic excessive speed where you got to pull him over and you got to ticket him and you got to harass him and say his windows are tinted so he's a bad guy. What a jerk. Remember Frank? He was saying a second ago, what a jerk. What a jerk. Frank, it looks like you harassed him is what it looks like. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, what do you guys think? Put a 1 in the chat if it looks like Frank harassed him.
No, there's not.
Like you're being rude.
What about I get a lot of questions as to like how do you deal with when people are mean to you? And
well, you put people in dungeons.
I'm a practicing stoic and I have a certain philosophy that I bring to these interactions.
Did that filthy pig just say that he's a practicing stoic? Is that what he said? Is that what he said? So I know a little bit about stoicism because my friend Don Andre Investigations is a practicing stoic. And he just said that he's a practicing stoic as you put people in torture cuffs and then you strip search them when you take them down to a dungeon where you impound their car and steal their money. And you're a practicing stoic, Frank? I don't think so. I don't think so. Put a 1 in the chat if Frank Sloop is not a practicing stoic. Did it just seem like something to say that would be cool? Like, you're such a douchebag. Like, you are such a... 2 minutes and 35 seconds? Two minutes and 35 seconds. A stoic... So let me open this bad chicken big for you guys. A stoic is someone who is able to endure hardship and pain without showing their feelings or complaining. They are generally calm and composed, even in challenging situations, and are not easily swayed by emotions like joy, sorrow, anger. Stoicism is a philosophy, emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in accordance with nature, and it encourages individuals to focus on what they control, their thoughts and actions, and accept what they cannot. Oh, Frank, you're such a stoic. Frank is such a...
We're looking at episode 9 today. The inner side, my own personal ethos. However, the internet absolutely loves when people are terrible to me. Although this was very early on in the Fries with Frank series, I had already learned that through the cameraman is actually kind of who the catalyst of this was, that our views and the comments went up when people were terrible to me. So he was very excited in the fact that he was catching this this interaction on camera because he knew that the internet would love it, and ultimately he was absolutely correct. So while I am dealing with this just absolutely terrible human being,
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Why is this guy an absolutely terrible human being? How come? Chad Crum is here, everybody. How come? Why is he such a terrible human being? Because he was going a little bit over the speed limit and his windows are tinted. And Frank said, while I'm, if I was this guy, man, I don't know if you could sue him for saying this, but I might sue him anyway.
While I am dealing with this just absolutely terrible human being.
While I'm dealing with this absolutely terrible human being. That's literally what he just said. that he's dealing with an absolute terrible. You know what's funny? I've heard people say that about me too. Chili is the worst person ever. Really? Really? Because I could get a bunch of people to sit in a chair on camera and tell me how Frank Sloop cheated them, how he stole their money, ticketed them, impounded their car, how they arrested him. I'll bet you if we put the kid in the blue Mustang in a chair or people and said, hey, victims come forward, I'll bet he wouldn't have any. Whereas Frank has lots of victims. People who say that, Bill said he's such a great guy to his tooting his own damn horn. Northeast Colorado cop block said he must be looking at the reflection in the tinted windows. This guy's such an ass hat.
My cameraman is almost giddy with the fact that he was getting this on camera and was going to get to show the entire internet how terrible some people are to law enforcement officers. As
Frank, God bless. You know, Palestine came in here. Palestine not only super chatted me $20 to watch this, then sent me the link, and I think that came from Greg. But
show the entire internet how terrible some people are to law enforcement officers.
Dude, why do you think people are terrible to law enforcement officers? Because number one, you're a peace officer. You're not a law enforcer. You're a peace officer. You sign a peace officer's certificate, and then you call yourself a law enforcer. And the reason why people are terrible, or no, Frank, you don't get to frame the conversation. The reason why people hate cops and don't like cops is because of pigs like you, Frank. Sitting here on the internet saying what a terrible, horrible human being this guy is in the blue Mustang because he's going a couple miles an hour over the speed limit and his windows are tinted. Frank, you and the horse you rode in on, you, Frank. Really, all the way to the bank, you, Frank. Put it in the chat. You, Frank, you piece of shit. You are such a scumbag. I mean, I hope this kid sees this video and he sues his ass for defamation. I really do. I don't know if it's because the kid. So let me break it down real quick. Defamation, because I've been studying it since 2020. So the kid is not a public figure. His blue Mustang could be recognizable in Pima County, in Phoenix. I mean, he's such a piece of shit to sit there and degrade this young man this way.
Officers as a perfect example of the stuff that we deal with that doesn't normally get showcased for the world to see or for the internet to comment on.
What have I done that makes me rude?
I'm not talking.
There we go.
So the kid should invoke his Fifth Amendment right.
Good answer.
Your registration, current proof of insurance. So I'm Deputy Slope, work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The reason I stopped you is you were in a 35-mile-per-hour construction zone at 55 miles per hour.
How many other cars?
I don't care how many other cars were there.
Doesn't matter.
And then you also have a tinted windshield, which is also illegal.
Do you see it? I'm so sorry for interrupting. But I want you guys to see how this is programming. This is to program your mind. Because look how Frank says it.
Doesn't matter.
And then you also have a tinted windshield, which is also illegal.
You have a tinted window, which is also illegal. This is illegal. You know, according to the legislature, we said that tinted windows are illegal. And the windows are tinted illegal. Why? For officer safety. Not for community safety. Tinted windows are illegal for officer safety. And he wants you to believe that your windows are tinted. That's illegal. And so the bootlicking scum suckers, pieces of shit. I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting pissed off. The more and more I watch this asshole. Oh, I am getting so pissed off. It is so frustrating. You got windows are tinted. That's illegal for all of the bootlickers out there who are going to be like, oh, it's illegal. I do not see what other people see in the chat. I do not see it. So anyway, let's keep going.
So I need to see registration, current proof of insurance, please.
That's twice.
So I bought my car like this.
No one cares.
Okay.
You just like stop hovering over me.
No.
I'm gonna wait till my parents leave.
I figured he was a juvie because he was acting like such a little baby.
Oh, man, that's aggressive.
Oh, that's aggressive, Frank?
Such a little baby.
Oh, man, that's aggressive.
Oh, so wait a minute, Frank. It's aggressive him slamming his door, but it's not aggressive for you to put him in torture cuffs, chained behind his back, then put him in a tiny little slot in a car that's guaranteed to be claustrophobic. Then, once he's in the slot in chains in the back of that caged car, now you're going to strap him in. Then you're going to shut the doors. And in Arizona, you may turn on the heater or may not turn on any air conditioner. But him slamming the door is aggressive, Frank. Not that you're not a gigantic piece of trash, but he's the bad guy because he slammed the door. Makes perfect sense, Frank. It makes perfect sense. You know, ooh, aggressive. It's such a psychological operation. It's disgusting.
If you're curious about what's wrong with society,
it's you. I'm so sorry. I mean, you know what? Palestine sent this into us. Palestine, you got it, bro. You know what's wrong with society? Living in a total police state. I agree and I adhere to the rule of law. What I don't agree with is ripping off the citizens to fund your job. And that's what you do, Frank. You know what's wrong with society? That we live in a total police state. That so many people on the right are cheering on ICE and masked secret police and no due process of law. To me, I find that more disgusting than anything going on in society right now. Yeah, get those dirty illegals, tear their family apart. Have they committed a crime? No. It doesn't matter, though. They got a tattoo. Send them to Gitmo. It is so fucking disgusting what we're seeing in our country right now. You cannot celebrate secret police with no due process. You can't.
it is absolutely everything about this stop with society. If you're curious about what's wrong with society, it is absolutely everything about this stop.
Oh, everything about this stop, how you sat there on the side of the road and hid and targeted somebody to feed them and find them so that you could impound their car, take them to a dungeon and steal their money. Yeah, I agree, Frank. Everything about this stop is disgusting.
I agree today, years later.
This arrogant, condescending attitude, entitled, it is.
Oh, so he's describing police here. He's describing cops. Listen.
The stop.
I agree today, years later.
This arrogant, condescending attitude, entitled, it is.
Oh, look, the whole family showed up.
Okay.
Actually, it's not. It's not. It's not at all whatsoever. So I saw your comment. I'm not going to say your name. Kind of people who came here illegally. I live in California. There's lots of illegal immigrants here. Do I agree with illegal immigration? No, I don't. But if they're going to come here and stack up multiple generational, where there's great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, kids, grandkids, all in the same house, and they're going to go to work and work hard and not break the law, then leave them alone. They're not affecting you. You're one of those people, dude, and I've never seen you in my chat before. You're one of those people who's like, but it's against the law. You're the problem, dude. You don't know the difference between the spirit of the law and the letter of the law. I guarantee you don't know the difference. It's preposterous on its face to believe that we should destroy people because they came across the line illegally. There should be a process for that. It's going to cost us money for the process, but we already gained from the process of illegal immigrants by the farming. And what did your savior Trump say? Your savior, whatever your name is in the chat, your savior Trump said, we got to protect the farm workers and we got to protect the hotel workers and we got to protect the meat processing workers. Well, why is that, Mr. Kind of ironic to say you're for the rule of law, but they came here illegally? Well, then why is the dumpster fire saying we got to protect the farm workers and we got to protect the hotel workers and we got to protect the meat processing illegal immigrants? Because we get a big advantage out of that. Industry gets a big advantage of that. Well, where's your, come back with your comment. Come back with your comment. Shouldn't those titans of industry be arrested? Because they're the ones who are paying the illegals. It just is incensing. It's just like the lowest form of thought process. Well, government told me it was illegal. It's illegal. Sorry, folks, Wally World's closed. Like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you even talking about? I don't see.
It's okay. We're going back home to Gilbert.
Everyone's talking. Speeding, and he's going to get a ticket. That's it. Family shows up right away within almost a minute of the stop. And that's because they were driving in a convoy. He was just driving a little bit faster than everyone else. So I ended up getting him on laser. So although I conducted the traffic stop with him, family was close in tow. So I ended up getting the whole family there. You're not.
No, dude. The guy was doing the speed limit the same as the other cars were doing that speed limit. He just happened to have a pretty blue Mustang or Camaro.
You are not free to go. Get back in your car.
I'm not leaving. I'm touching my bag. You started touching. You opened my door.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You touched.
Oh my God, I touched it.
It's just been really bad day.
What an idiot. He has a problem.
Right, but you saw me at the DUI checkpoint. The cop was like, don't touch the table. Whatever you do, don't touch the table. You remember that? But now Frank is saying, I touched the door.
I will make this as quick, as painless as possible. However, that action deserves repercussions, okay? Along with the fact that he's 20 miles an hour over the posted speed limit.
What action deserves repercussions? That he's doing 55 and a 55 mile an hour road that happens to have a new speed limit posted that he may not have been paying attention to. And then you say he's such a terrible person because his windows are tinted. like, bro, you're such an asshole. It is unbelievable.
Okay. And a terrible human. Saying that he hopes that my daughter dies.
And a terrible human.
That right there is unacceptable. He says something like, I hope your daughter dies. Now, I don't have any kids, so that's not, it's not a direct attack on me. I don't care. My stoic philosophies prevent me from giving him any credibility. But
your stoic philosophies, Frank? You're not a stoic, dude.
Simply the fact that he's such a terrible human being that he would say that.
Why is he such a terrible human being? Hold on a minute, Frank. You pulled him over to say, and your windows are tinted too. There's another demerit, another infraction. You were doing 20 miles an hour over the speed limit on a new speed limit on a road that the speed limit is typically 55. So it doesn't seem like such a terrible person to me. Seems like you're the asshole, Frank, is what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me.
Just is a perfect exemplar of the type of person that I was dealing with at this particular moment. Okay, that's unacceptable under any circumstances ever. So if you could just kind of try to control him while I take care of some business here, I sure would appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I don't even have words. Unbelievable. Still, even today, I still can't believe it.
State return.
Unbelievable.
State return.
That's all I can say. Oh, and he's suspended. He's admin per se suspended.
Okay, so do you see it? Look at Frank in the right-hand corner. Watch Frank.
Oh, and he's suspended.
And he's suspended. And Frank is going to give a fist bump. Yeah. Now I get to arrest him. I can arrest him for having a suspended license.
Per se suspended, which means it's criminal. Couldn't happen to a nice guy. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. So the driver of this vehicle is admin per se suspended, meaning that he was arrested in this particular case for DUI drugs previously. Weird. And has a subsequent license suspension.
And remember, he's reading this off. He was arrested for DUI drugs. That could have been Mary Jane. Captain Team DLZ, Steve Conkler's in the room, everybody. Shauna is here. Good to see you, Shauna. So remember, he rattled it off to the audience, and he was arrested previously for DUI drugs. It could have been a J in his ashtray. That's what he could have been arrested for. Put a 1 in the chat if that's a fact. He could have been arrested for having Mary Jane. And that's a DUI. Like, it is such a load of shit. It really is. We've created a draconian system.
Obviously, he's had a bad day previous to meeting me here, but that kind of, I'll give you some background on that. In previous videos, I've used the word empathetic list to describe myself. Typically, I'm pretty black and white on duty. Where there's violations, I'm issuing citations or I'm taking people to jail.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let's go back real quick. No, it's not, Aaron. I see you. Mikey, don't time out Aaron Queen. Aaron Queen, do not go at Mikey. You two guys leave each other alone. I'm asking you both, Mikey B and Aaron Queen, you two guys, I know you guys don't like each other. I get it. Please do not. Okay. All right. But you guys stay focused on what we're doing here. All right. I like you both. Mikey B's been with me since the beginning. So you guys just try to keep it in check. But now listen to what he says right here. Frank Sloop. Listen.
Duty. Use the word empatheticless to describe myself.
He calls himself empatheticless. Is honor your oath in here? Oath honor. What was that username? Because honor your oath and I shared some text earlier today, and I was telling Honor that what I care about in people is their ability to be empathetic. That's what I care about. Now I want you to listen. No, dude, hold on a minute. No. We have a fundamental difference, my friend. You support secret police with no due process. You think that people who are here illegally should be arrested by secret police with no due process. We just have a difference of ideology. I'm glad you're here. I got nothing against you. But it incenses me. Yeah, it absolutely is triggering when people support that kind of nonsense. And you're not alone. 60% of my subscribers are with you. They're all for deporting illegals, no due process, secret cops. I just want to make my position known. I'm completely and utterly against that. I'm completely and utterly against it. But I got nothing against you, Zach. I really don't. You're right. Zach's right. He said I'm triggered. You're right. I'm triggered. You're 100% correct. So you got me, bro. It's just, yeah. And then Heisenberg said, Chili, the point is making money. What this guy cares about is making money. But listen to what he says right here. And I'm so glad Palestine sent this to me. Thank you.
In previous videos,
pay attention here. This is super important. Remember, this guy's a cop. And listen to what he says. In previous videos,
I've used the word empatheticless to describe myself.
I've used my word empatheticless. I can't understand your position. Empathy is when you're able to put yourself in the shoes of another person and understand their plight, their point of view. Like I did Zach. Zach in here said, you're triggered. You got me, Zach. You're right. Putting myself in Zach's point of view, he comes into a chat on YouTube and says, hey, they're here illegally, and then I go off on him. So he's right. I'm able to empathize with Zach even though I disagree with him. I still think that it's wrong to arrest people with secret police with no due process, but Zach is right. He came into a YouTube chat. He pointed out that I was triggered, and now I see his point of view. You're right, Zach. I shouldn't be so triggered, right? Fair enough. So we agree on something, hopefully, Zach. But then right here, this guy right here is going to say that he's...
In previous videos, I've used the word empatheticless to describe myself. Typically, I'm pretty black and white on duty. Where there's violations, I'm issuing citations or I'm taking people to jail.
I'm issuing citations or taking people to jail. Dude, I can't understand that. Jail is the worst place you could possibly put another human being.
As required and...
As required by policy, procedure, and protocol. Like I said, cops themselves don't sign up to be bastards. They agree to the policy, procedure, and protocol, and they become a bastard.
That's just the way my philosophy on traffic enforcement, is.
My philosophy on traffic enforcement is that I should be empatheticless, and I should take you to jail. And I'm just doing my job. I'm by the book, he says.
Is performed. In this particular case, What the cameraman didn't put on video, which although was a conversation.
You will not be blocked, Zach. You guys don't block Zach. Zach and I don't agree on something. You won't be blocked, Zach. That casual Zach, don't block him. He was correct. He got me with the, well, they are illegal. And if you take those words from the screen, so we're not going to block you, Zach. No, don't block Zach, man. He's in here saying his position. He's allowed to say what he wants. The dude in the chat. So anyway, I don't want to. Oh no, I just block you, dude. Just you. Just you, dude. Just you, just who is obsessed with me, bro.
I had was the reason that the family was together is this kid's grandfather and his dad's father had passed away earlier that day. And they were on their way home pretty much to get their life together and figure out what they were going to do. So I had a conversation with his dad, who was obviously in the process of grieving his father's death. And then obviously having to deal with the fact that he had raised a human that turned out to be terrible. So there was just this, there was a lot of emotion.
How is he a terrible human being?
And then obviously having to deal with the fact that he had raised a human that turned out to be terrible.
What are you talking about? Because he doesn't like cops? Told you your kid should be offed or whatever? He doesn't like you because you singled him out because he has a nice car. The car behind him was doing the same speed.
So there was just this, there was a lot of emotion going on, and I leaned on the side of being more empathetic, and hoping that this Blue Mustang kid's attitude was somewhat of a result of the grief that he was experiencing. Obviously for his dad, who I would imagine, you could see your dad being sad, it makes you sad, and then losing his grandfather. So
yes,
we get a ton of comments as to why I didn't book this kid in the jail. That's why, is simply because I didn't want the family to have to deal with this death and then also having to deal with Junior here being booked into jail. So
that is exactly the opposite of what a stoic is. That is exactly the opposite. A stoic is somebody who doesn't let emotion control anything about their life. Not joy, not sadness, not anger, not hatred, not love. A stoic is somebody who will not be affected by the outside world. They'll follow a very rigid policy for their life where they're going to just follow this very simple method of, I'm just going to do it as it is, and I'm not going to get emotional about it. So now he's saying that he's going to be empathetic for the kid's family, who he called an absolutely terrible person. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, the things he's saying don't make any sense. And
so that's the only reason that I didn't book him in. He obviously needed it, but I think the totality of the family's
he needed it to be booked into jail. He needed it.
Grief and them having a terrible day didn't need to be expounded on by me booking this kid in the jail. So that's why I didn't book him. And the only reason why, because he definitely needed it.
He needed to be booked into jail? What the hell's wrong with these cops?
Just absolutely unnecessary. How old is he?
He's 19.
Oh, okay. So he's an adult?
I had no idea he was that old.
So can I talk to him, please? Did you happen to see the 35-mile-per-hour signs that were there?
No, sir. I thought it was 45.
Okay. They're big. They're posted on the side of the road there in the.
I was paying attention to the road.
Yeah. I get it. Your first citation is criminal in nature, so it's a Class 2 misdemeanor for driving while your license is suspended, revoked, or canceled. Your second one is a work zone speed violation with workers present. So there's workers present here in this construction zone. That's why it's here. And then fail to produce evidence of financial responsibility simply means that you didn't provide current proof of insurance as requested. And then I asked for it. You just.
We have insurance.
Okay. I asked you for it. You didn't.
That's it.
I was trying to find it. I don't know all
okay.
Stuff. We have it.
Well, you should, because you're an adult.
Okay.
Age.
The fact of the matter is.
I was trying to look for it. He was pressed.
But I asked him.
It's okay, yeah.
I asked him once.
Okay.
I don't have to ask a whole bunch of times. I simply asked for the information that's requested, and it wasn't provided. This is super easy. For this, there's no points on his license as a result of it. Because there's so many uninsured drivers in the state of Arizona, we make it very easy for us to take care of it. but we also document it when we see it. All you have to do is show that on today's date and time,
I don't know why I'm talking to Mom.
that insurance was in place, and they dismissed the citation. There's no fine, and that's per state statute. And then the other thing is having improper material on your windows and or windshield. Obviously, having any sort of tint on your windshield is illegal. And when you drove by, I couldn't see. I had no idea how many people were in here because it was all black, because it's illegally tinted.
And did you see how many times he said illegally?
No, it's not. You must know.
An Arizona state law for transfer of a vehicle. Fact of the matter is that there's material on the window. Every year, there's hundreds of people are struck or killed on the side of the road that are just working. I mean, they're just.
That is not true. That is not true. Hold on a second. How many road workers die each year in Arizona? 11 to 23. Arizona has seen a range of 11 to 23 fatalities in crash over 60 people have died so 60 people since 2016 have died. In 2022, there was 19 fatal work zone crashes in Arizona. So Frank is sitting there lying. He's sitting there fucking lying. Oh yeah, Dan Fizzle said it. Let me put that on the screen, Dan. That is 100% correct. I mean, Dan just absolutely nailed it. I'll admit that road workers have a lot more dangerous jobs than pigs. Thanks for the super chat, my brother. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate that. But it's just he's sitting here lying again. He's already on the Brady list, and now he's lying here too.
On crime. We're looking at episode 9.
Okay. I asked you for it. You didn't.
That's it.
I was trying to find it. I don't know all
Okay.
this stuff.
Well, you should, because you're an adult. Age.
Oh, so wait a minute. Now all the illegalities that Frank was talking about aren't true. He has the things. He didn't have them put together. What do I teach you guys? What do I say all the time? Have your license, registration, proof of insurance ready to go. Inside your trifold, immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Follow what I teach you. You're much less likely to have to deal with an aholio like Frank Sloop. You get your trifold on deletelaws.com. It's just so unbelievable. Oh, God, this is frustrating. This is really frustrating. Palestine, are you still here?
The fact of the matter is but I asked him.
It's okay, yeah.
I asked him once.
Okay.
I don't have to ask a whole bunch of times. I simply asked for the information that's requested, and it wasn't provided. This is super easy. For this, there's no points on his license as a result of it. Because there's so many uninsured drivers in the state of Arizona, we make it very easy for us to take care of it. But we also document it when we see it. All you have to do is show that on today's date and time,
I don't know why I'm talking to Mom.
that insurance was in place, and they dismissed the citation. There's no fine, and that's per state statute. And then the other thing is having improper material on your windows and or windshield. Obviously, having any sort of tint on your windshield is illegal. And when you drove by, I couldn't see. I had no idea how many people were in here because it was all black, because it's illegally tinted.
No, it's not.
Read Sid's comment here. It says, it's shameful for Frank to take pride in imprisoning individuals. It does nothing beneficial for society. It's disappointing that Frank, a police officer, is so proud of putting people in jail. And so for the people who are like, well, it's illegal. Okay, let's say that we could agree. Let's say that we could agree that illegal is illegal. And if it's illegal, it's illegal. Okay, which I don't agree with you. But let's just say that that was the way it is. And that's the way a police state is ran, where any infraction of the law is met with a draconian fist. So even if it is illegal, he should not be taken to jail. Even if he tells Frank that he hopes his daughter offs herself, even if he tells Frank that he hates him and his breath smells like vampire balls, it doesn't matter. Shakur Capital's here. But there's no way in hell someone should be taken to jail over speeding or tinted windows or telling a cop to go F himself. And that's the definition of a police state. Sal Salar said, ticket him and send him on his way. If you want to ticket him, then give him a ticket. Give him a ticket. But the idea you're going to relish in being a stoic and taking people to jail.
You must know.
An Arizona state law for transfer of a vehicle. Fact of the matter is that there's material on the window. the road that are just, there's hundreds of people are struck or killed on the side of the road that are just working. I mean,
No, there are not hundreds of people. There's been 60 people since 2016, and that's 9 years. So you're lying.
they're doing their job, they're working, and when someone that disobeys all this signage goes through and does something stupid and changes someone's life. So this being
that is such a lie. That is such a lie. He sat up there and said how someone does something stupid and changing someone's life. It is such a lie. You are such a liar, dude. It is so frustrating to see the lies that guy just said over and over and over again. It is so frustrating. I don't think I can listen to another second of that fucking moron. Like the idea, and anyway, I just, Jeff Vacone just said it. No crime, no jail. You can see when I start looking around like this and I start kind of getting away from addressing you guys that I am frustrated. I am frustrated. Watching that right there was super duper frustrating. That was amazingly frustrating. The idea that he's going to say that he's a stoic and non-empathetic and he just takes people to jail and he does it by the book by taking them to jail. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. Yeah, I mean, and Sid with another just fantastic comment. And let me put it up on the screen. Let me put it up on the screen, Sid. Let me find what you just said. So Sid just said, "What benefit does it provide to society aside from generating profit for the prison industrial complex that engages with corporations in industry like steel and concrete? That's who it truly benefits." And I couldn't agree with you more. Good comments today, Sid. Thanks a lot. And Valley said that's why he's on a Brady list. It is so frustrating.
Episode 9. This shows up on the internet in March.
Why didn't they cut out the
of 2022?
So there's 2 in 10 seconds.
Stop sign. I stopped. And then
So this is another example here, and I'm going to show you guys a bunch of these because we're going to make. This is another perfect example of the reason why you have the trifold in your car on your visor and you use it. Because if he had the trifold on his visor and he used it during this stop right here, his life would have gone so much smoother. But he doesn't. And so he pays the price. He pays the price.
stop sign. I stopped. And then bro, my turn. You didn't stop. I'm sorry. I got it on camera. Okay. How much you had to smoke tonight, man? Real talk. I haven't smoked. Put the car in park.
So do you see what happens when you start talking to the cop? He thinks he can tell you what to do and how to do it. That's what happens. He thinks he can tell you what to do and how to do it.
Stop. I'm sorry. I got it on. I stopped. It's a stop sign.
Okay, so he said you missed the stop sign. At that point, you say, "Respectfully, officer, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent."
I stopped. And then bro, my turn. You didn't stop.
Okay, so he said, "Bro, I did stop and I turned on my turn signal." Why did he say that? You're not going to convince the cop. And as soon as he said, "I did stop and I used my turn signal," that makes the cop mad.
I'm sorry. I got it on camera. Okay. How much you had to smoke tonight, man?
And then the cop's entire demeanor changes with, "Okay, how much you have to smoke tonight, man?" He turned into this absolute total authoritarian. You can hear it. Just let me go back and just listen with me here. Just listen and see if you can determine when the authoritarianism comes in.
It's a stop sign. I stopped. And then bro, my turn. You didn't stop.
Okay, so he should not have talked. He should have invoked his Fifth Amendment right with the trifold that he got on delete laws. That's what he should have done.
I'm sorry. I got it on camera.
And then he apologized. "I'm sorry." So now you put yourself at an inferior position. If I'm saying I'm sorry to you, then you're above me and I need you to forgive me.
Okay. How much you had to smoke tonight, man?
How much you had to smoke tonight, man?
Real talk.
Real talk? He doesn't sound like he's black to me. That's real talk. I first heard that when I was listening to gangster rap. That's real talk. So I don't understand how.
I haven't smoked. Put the car in park.
625 radio. I'll be on at 1037 with a signal 30, possibly 38 related. Keep your hands up on the wheel. Put your hands on the wheel. Right here, I'm directing traffic at Perry and Pike. Cut the car off. Cut the car off.
Getting ready to, sir.
Turn the car off. All right, signal 80, drug me. All right, just drug me.
Wow.
Cut the car off.
Cut the car off.
Cut the car off.
Cut the car
Turn
off.
the car off.
Turn the car off.
All right, signal 80, drug me.
So how did he get drugged by the car? Did he hold on to it? Because I didn't see him get drugged by the car. Oh, wow. Kimberly Seitzer. Kimberly Seitzer with a real deep comment here. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. It may be an issue on Facebook. And is it possible the stream was ended or deleted by Facebook? We'll keep trying and let you know. Okay. So Kimberly Seitzer here said, my son took his own life because he did not have his mother over drinking and driving and not hurting anybody or anything. I simply had a license plate out. I simply had a license plate light out and I blew 0.09, one above 0.08. I went to prison. Oh my God, Kimberly. Oh my God. Wow. That's really deep. I'm really sorry to hear that, Kimberly. That is tough. That is tough right there, Kimberly. That is tough. I feel for you, man. I really do. I'm really sorry you went through all that. That's incredible. Chainsaw Cat is here, everybody. Chainsaw Cat. What's going on? I'm sorry, Kimberly, that you went through that. Especially the idea that you should have been imprisoned for 0.09. 0.08 and you can go home. 0.09, you got to go to prison. And that is Zach still in here? Hey, Zach. This is what I'm talking about when you say, well, it's illegal. Well, 0.09 shouldn't have put Kimberly in prison. If she didn't hurt anybody, didn't kill anybody, didn't damage property, then I don't understand why Kimberly has to go to prison. Maxim said, Kimberly Seitzer, I almost took my own life after the pigs violated my rights and they shot me. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. So this is some deep ass shit today. This is deep. Wow, this is some deep shit right here, right? I mean, we kind of hit a wormhole here, didn't we? With Maxim and Kimberly both saying these things today. Wow, crazy. Crazy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kimberly. I really am. And I think the crowd is also on your side on this as well, Kimberly. This is really disgusting that they would do this to you. So anyway, and so to my friend Zach, if you're still here, Zach, if you're still here, Zach, then you see what, when you say, well, it's illegal, 0.09 is illegal, 0.08 is not. And the difference is Kimberly's son doesn't kill himself. She doesn't go to prison for DUI for driving 0.1 over, which is just incredible. It's just incredible. We got to do better. We've got to do better. And this guy who got drugged by this car. So in this video, the cop is going to walk up to this guy and say that, hey, you didn't come to a full stop. And the cop is, and the guy is going to say, yes, I did. And I used my blinker. And the cop's going to say, no, you didn't. And the guy's going to say, he's sorry. And then the cop's going to intimidate him and he's going to drive off like a bat out of hell because he doesn't want to get put in torture cuffs and he doesn't want to get drugged down to a dungeon. And then the cop is going to say, oh, I got drug. I don't believe the cop. I mean, I wish I believed more cops, but I just don't. So this is, you guys saw this. I mean, I think everybody has seen this. Yeah. Russell Scarborough with the comment. That's right. Now, Russell, that was before we knew the DUI statistics with so many people dying. Right. And I am against drinking and driving, but there's the difference between, am I my brother's keeper and being a draconian, despotic government? And that's what our government has become. And so Russell Scarborough here says, Matt Hatter with the super chat. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, Matt. Thanks for the super chat, brother. So it says, I remember back in the day, if you got pulled over and you've been drinking, the cop would tell you to park the car and the cop would give you a ride home. Nowadays, you're screwed. Yeah, cops don't give you a ride home anymore. Cops actually say that you have to go in torture cuffs and they got to pat you down before you can get in the car. They can't just give you a ride home. We're just living. Tom, I kind of get the idea. You don't like those people. So Ripple Effect Media with another super chat. Thanks, Ripple Effect. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks, Ripple Effect. I really appreciate that. So if Zach is in here, I don't know if he's in here or not, but Zach, this is the reason why earlier. Thank you guys for the super chats. No, you're fine, Tom. Just you're good, dude. Your jokes are actually pretty funny, Tom. Haven't seen you in the room before. That's why I'm not calling you out and stuff. But I call out people like Scrubzilla who have been here for years. Claudette, who's been here for a year. Oh, okay. Is that right, Shauna? I'll check my email. I'll check that out. We'll take a look at it. I just want to make sure I'm going to show Jay in the best light we possibly can. So let me take a look at that. Still here, even though the assumption, even through the wild assumption, says Zach. Well, Zach, I'm glad you're here. So this is the guy who triggered me. You triggered me, Zach, by saying, well, they're here illegally. And then I kind of went off on Zach and I walked it back. I mean, you guys saw me walk it back because Zach's right. He triggered me and then I kind of went at him a little bit. He was right because it's all about perspective. So anyway, Zach, this is the problem that I have with secret police in America. This video right here. This is what happens. ICE got embarrassed by these people. Somehow they got embarrassed. This is the rumor online. I can't even confirm that, so I shouldn't even say. But from what I understand, some people had a run-in with ICE agents earlier that day or the day before. And then for retribution, the secret police with masks went to their house and blew up the front of their house. And you could say this is the letter of the law, but it's not the spirit of the law. Come on. Come on. Put a 1 in the chat if that is preposterous. You don't have MS-13 having shootouts with federal agents in the streets in America. This is not Miami in 1981. This is preposterous. Look at this. Look at this. A whole unit of soldiers going to somebody's house because someone is here illegally. Using demolition explosives on a house in Southern California. Look, you got an MRAP out front with a half a dozen cop cars. For what? Dude.
Keep going out. Come out this way, please.
Where's the gang members? Where's the cartel? Where's the military that they're going in there? You have an entire platoon of troops going up to a house in Southern California, lacing the front door seal with explosives and blowing the door off the hinges. And for what? Why are they going up there like G.I. Joe Loser in Southern California? To do what? To do what? It's so infuriating to me to see this. And then they blow the doors off the hinges. And what do you see come out? A little tiny Mexican woman or Guatemalan, brown-skinned, with her child in her arms over her neck. Kid's probably crying because there was an explosion at the front door. It is just, this is the celebration of authoritarianism. If you see this and this makes you happy, if you see that and it makes you happy and you think, oh yeah, good, yay, look, we blew the door off the hinges. then you might be fucked up. You might be a person. You might be a person. If you see this and there wasn't active threats with kidnapped children and the heads of dogs cut off, and there's not threats on every door that we're going to kick your door down and rob you, then this is too much. This is too much. It's absolutely too much. It's just so unbelievable. And if you celebrate this, then we don't agree. We don't agree. I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I just can feel the pain in my heart by watching this. Could you imagine if you were that 30-year-old or 40-year-old South American woman who was sitting in that house and you saw 15 G.I. Joe guys run up with an MRAP, stick explosives on your door, blow the door off, and then she just calmly and slowly walks out the door? Like, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible to me.
Keep going out. Come out this way, please.
Two kids, one around 2 years old, one or two, and the other one around 4 or 5, maybe 6. So I saw a really good comment here by Dan Hanlon. Let me pull that comment up by Dan Hanlon. So Dan Hanlon dropped this comment here, and this I did not know this, Dan. Thanks for putting the comment in the comment section here. And then Dan Hanlon, for the dumpster fire supporters, I mean, and some of my moderators support the dumpster fire. We don't agree on Trump. We still agree that we live in a police state, so we still agree on a lot of things. But it says here, that piece of shit bill they just passed is giving ICE more money to operate than the Marines. And each federal agent is getting a $42,000 bonus. A $42,000 bonus. That's $4,000 a month, $3,800 a month bonus that they're all getting on top of the money they're being paid. What could you do with $3,800 a month? $3,800 a month is a lot of money. Wow, Dan, I did not know that. And then I think Dan Fizzle replied, yeah. Dan Cochran said, I laughed because a coup came out of the house. You have a toddler and a baby that came out of the house.
Come out this way, please.
Look at that. Look at that. And these guys dressed up like G.I. Joe loser, look at them. There was, it could have been justified for those of you guys who support this piece of shit dumpster fire, and for those of you guys who support secret police with no due process. This could be understandable if they walked out 15 guys, all 22 to 26 years old, maybe 18, and they all had AR-15s and grenades. Then this kind of response would make total sense. But they walk out a 5-foot-tall South American woman with her 2 children. And that's the problem I have. That's the problem I have. It's super, super frustrating. It is super frustrating seeing these things. It is just so unbelievable. And so, as I tell you guys all the time that I'm going to run for governor and I'm going to run as an independent, maybe for the America Party. I'm actually going to do a big presentation on the America Party. I think that's an interesting concept what Elon Musk came up with. Even though he really kind of showed his ass this past 6 months, there were some good things that Elon Musk did, and there are some good things that Elon Musk has done. The introduction of a third party into the United States of America is a good thing. We need another party that could actually win. David Stryker said, shit, I barely make $2,000 a month, and these guys are getting a $3,800 a month bonus. So I want to show you, this is the, now, what do I care the most about? I care the most about, yeah, Blade said, I would love to see you get in, but I don't think it'll happen because you don't have enough money to pay off everyone. Go to my website and buy a trifold. Go buy a trifold so that you have the protection in your car and you're always used to invoking your Fifth Amendment right, and so that I can fund this bad chicken. Well, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. You know? Oh yeah, lower the pay of police and politicians. They won't. It's just a recurring broken wheel. Just clunk 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 clunk. And they get all the money and have all the power, and it's just disgusting. It is just disgusting. Blades has his trifold on his visor, or her trifold on her visor. So check this out. This is the reason why I told you guys I'm going into government. Watch this.
Last May, a police corporal in the Fayette County town of Tyrone walked up to a pickup truck and heard this.
I pay my bills. Okay. I'm a state senator. I'm not stupid.
Okay. The state senator was Marty Harbin, a Republican best known for sponsoring a controversial religious freedom bill last year. He'd been pulled over by another officer for having an expired tag.
Our policy, over 30 days of expiration, we have to tow the vehicle.
Who told Harbin the truck would have to be towed away.
You serious with me?
Yes, sir.
Within 10 seconds, the police body cam video shows Harbin promising to call the town's mayor.
I'll call it. I won't call Eric Dow, but I'll call the rest of them. But I pay my bills. This will not go over well.
I can tell you, you can talk to everybody at the department. The car's going to be impounded.
The car's going to be impounded. What's up, Ken?
Harbin was surprised that the law allows police to impound a vehicle with an expired tag. After a few minutes and a few phone calls, Harbin adjusted his focus.
Because I'm going to take this and I'm going to the state and we're going to change the law.
In January, Senator Harbin introduced a bill that would allow motorists to drive away from expired tag violations. The measure passed the Senate last week, though Harbin kept quiet about the bill's personal origin.
Did this happen to you?
But he owned up to it uncomfortably in an interview.
I've kept that out of it, but because I think it's not about me. It's about my people and the people that I represent.
In the land of the free and the home of the brave, you know what? This is a crock.
And it's a crock across the board. It is a crock across the board on most things, David Stryker. You know that, right? It's a crock of shit across the board. I talk about this all the time, but you guys, you really have to understand, and I'll teach this in Constitution Headquarters, the power of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista in 2001. Before 2001, cops couldn't arrest you for any infraction of the law. It didn't happen. It happened sometimes, but not very often. After 2001, after Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, that case, the Supreme Court case, then allowed police to arrest you based on officer discretion. The entire case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, the power in it, what really fucks us all is that the holding, the policy created by the Supreme Court allows the cop on the scene, if he witnesses an infraction of the law and you have violated that infraction, anything is arrestable and it's not a violation of your Fourth Amendment. Since 2001, we've seen people go to jail for smoking on the sidewalk, for crossing the street on a red light, for making an illegal left-hand turn, for running a stop sign, for their window tint being too dark. The 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista has decimated freedom. It's ruined our country. And you're seeing here, this politician got pulled over, his truck got impounded, and then he changed the law. This is the reason why I'm going into government. It's not what I want to do. Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. And you know what? You know what? YouTube can absolutely shadow ban me, but they're not going to stop me. I'll go to another platform if I have to. But they can do whatever they want to do, but I'm not going to stop. I am not going to stop at all whatsoever. I'm not going to stop. So let's keep going on this one.
Harbin says the traffic stop gave him firsthand experience with what he called a ludicrous law.
You're not the only one this happens to. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
But I'm just saying,
It's not
the
like
law,
we're picking on you.
The law's wrong in that respect.
Okay.
And I'm not mad at
Well,
you.
that's what I mean. We can't change the law. I mean,
I can't.
That's you.
Harbin's truck got impounded. Harbin's bill is headed to the House of Representatives. Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
And let's see where this was. This is 7 years ago. And this is where, let me see what we have here. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's amazing what politicians can do after something has directly affected them. That's the first time I've seen a politician keep his promise. So for all the dumpster fire supporters out there, what about that Epstein list? What about that Epstein list? Isn't that crazy? So Ken, just so you know, so Ken wrote in here, Pennsylvania versus Mims is what you have to worry about. So can anybody, Ken, good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here, dude. Thanks for coming by. So did anybody see, can anybody tell Ken where Pennsylvania versus Mims come from? Ken, Pennsylvania versus Mims is a direct extension of the 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio. Without Terry versus Ohio, you don't have Pennsylvania versus Mims. So there it is. And then let me give Zach a little positive light here. All you need to do to skirt Pennsylvania versus Mims is to get them to articulate they want you out of the car for any other reason than officer safety. That's exactly correct, Zach. That's exactly correct. That is 100% correct. If you say, hey, why do you want me to get out of the car? Which, you know, as soon as that starts to happen, I teach you guys to invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Pennsylvania versus Mims is the first page. You have to get out of the car for officer safety, but you're going to keep filming cops. That's how I set up your trifold, right? But Zach is absolutely correct. If you can get the cop to say, I want you to get out of the car because your attitude is bad, then that's a federal civil rights violation. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. Let me see what we got here. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to show you guys. So Pennsylvania versus Mims is only possible because of Terry versus Ohio. Without Terry versus Ohio, there is no Pennsylvania versus Mims. Okay. So we may have seen part of this video previously. But anyway, let me finish this. This is the reason why I'm going into government. Because if you're a politician, you can actually change the policies, procedures, and protocols of cops, which is my number one interest. That's my number one interest. Okay, so this video right here. So let me just give a couple shout outs here. Thanks, Zach, for the comment. I appreciate it. When a cop speaks, look out. Here comes the bullshit. Heroes, yeah, right, says K-Mac. It is so true. It is. Yes. That's right, my friend. Listen, everybody welcome Zach. See there, Zach? We talked it out, dude. Thanks, Zach, for not quitting when I was a dick. And I'm sorry for being a dick, dude. You know, legal's illegal. It kind of triggered me, and I shouldn't have been such a dick. But, you know, I'm an ornery son of a bitch sometimes, so I'm sorry. You know, but Casual Zach said, so overturning Terry versus Ohio would crater all later rulings. Yes, it would overturn Pennsylvania versus Mims. It would overturn Wren versus United States. It would overturn Maryland versus Wilson. It would overturn, it would overturn Maryland versus Pringle. It would overturn Utah versus Strieff. It may even have an effect on Graham versus Connor because Graham versus Connor 1989 is effectuated based on officer safety. So they don't actually cite Terry versus Ohio in Graham versus Connor, but we would have a real shot at getting rid of the split-second decision thing, where cops have shields and cameras instead of going to split-second decisions. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm the most interested in.
Go ahead. 1140 South 12th Street, Natalie Shelter. There, the white Chevy Equinox at the church beside the Natalie. 911 texter said the occupant is 55 and getting escalated. Again, 1140 South 12th. 10-4. Nice office.
Hi, what's your name, ma'am?
Why are you calling? Why?
We got called to come check on you. They were concerned.
There's nobody concerned.
There was. We got a phone call.
For
what's going on today?
Who did you get a call from?
I don't know. It was an anonymous caller saying there was a white.
I know,
trooper
that's
sitting
what they keep doing that. You know when they did that in Nebraska with my children? They keep calling in false reports.
Oh no! She sounds like she's been drinking, and this is in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Nothing. I don't think that it's okay for people.
I can't help it that people call, and it's my job to come respond when we have a call in, to come check on people. Okay. Now my concern is coming
You
out
know
of my
everybody.
concern.
Your concern is you know everybody that
My
I'm dealing
concern is that the car smells heavily of marijuana. When's the last time you smoked any marijuana here?
Other people have smoked marijuana in here, and I don't want to get into that because then they're calling you on me.
Other people have. You don't smoke any marijuana.
I have medical marijuana. I had my card.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
I had one.
Do you have one? Current? No. Okay.
There it is right there. Blade said it. Don't answer questions. I don't know what the 47
And so as soon as I heard that, I put two and two together, like just peeping, like hearing the, you know how you turn it in the gravel scratches? Yeah, I heard that. And then that's when I kind of sped walked to the truck in case she was to ram it. It'd be the truck and not me. So I sped walked to it. And then she rolled her window down. She was like, no, just start screaming. I was like, hey, calm down, like calm down. So she started getting into people over money and her dad owns an oil refinery and all types of crazy stuff. Now she has to drive. So I'm trying to be low key because like this is all happening within minutes of each other. I'm talking to her. I'm just trying to keep her talking. You see what I'm saying? Till y'all get here. So I didn't know if I should step away and call her, but if I stepped away, I would either be in the front or the back of the vehicle. I didn't know what to do. My son's right there in the car. I didn't want her to back up and then ram to the back of the car. For sure. So I just texted you. So
have you step outside of the vehicle here?
No, you're not.
Turn off the car. Turn off the car.
No.
399. She's fleeing.
So at this point right here, if you were a rational person, everybody say hello to my friend Steve Conkler, Captain Team DLZ's in the house. What's up, Steve? So a rational person right here, if they didn't think that their authority could overwhelm you, a rational person here, you heard the woman slurring her speech a little bit, and then she turned her car on and kicked it in reverse. A smart, rational person who didn't believe that they could do whatever they wanted and they were unaffected by physical cars, then a rational person here would get out of the way of the car. Right? Put a one in the chat if a rational person would get out of the way of the car right here. That's what a rational person would do. If I was this cop, I would get out of the way of this car.
Get out of the car.
And now, instead of just like taking cover and getting out of the way, they're going to pull their firearm on this woman and they're going to off her.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
No.
299. She almost struck me.
Get out of the car.
Oh.
Ah! Not fire.
Ah!
Oh. Show your hands.
299. Give me Metro. She struck me. Shots fired.
Okay, so listen, you guys know on this channel, I do not endorse violence against police. I have never called for violence against police. I've never said to run cops over. I don't support violence. I don't think it's a good thing. I even have some regrets about some things I said when I first started on YouTube 4 years ago. I don't endorse this. At the same time, when a crazy drunk lady backs her car up real fast, instead of pulling out your gun, maybe you should just run for cover. That way you don't got to kill anybody and you're in a giant parking lot. You got a couple other police cruisers there. You could play smash up derby to get her from going on the road and stop her from hurting anybody. But the first thing you should do is take cover. That's what I would recommend. Good to see you, Willie. I would recommend that you first thing you do is take cover. Right? That's what I would do.
Get out of the car! No!
Okay, right there, run.
299, she almost struck me.
Get out of the car!
Ah! And then you heard those gunshots in the background. They offed her right there.
Ah! Oh. Show your hands! 299, give me Metro. She struck me. Shots fired. Show your hands! Turn off the car. Turn off the car. Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Now! Get out of the car!
Okay, now she's high-sided right there. She's up on that berm and she's cooked right there. She may be able to back down, but she's pretty intoxicated.
Shots fired! Officer hit!
I mean, to me, look, the cops are going to be able to justify that by saying she ran a cop over. To me, that was an unjustified shooting. She was stopped. It was over. She may have hit the cop. Her foot may have hit the gas instead of the brake. A million things could have gone wrong here. Was she a dumbass? Yes, she's a dumbass. But the cop shouldn't have killed her. He shouldn't have shot her through the window. I just have such a hard time with it. You know, Willie said gun versus car. It's just so frustrating to see that. It's just so frustrating to Tommy Robinson. Is that what you guys are talking about? Tommy Robinson is a right-wing politician in England. Is it Ireland or England? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think he's a right-wing politician in England. Justified in defending herself. Makes sense. But I just, unloaded his weapon. I don't know if he reloaded, but he definitely emptied that magazine. Yeah, he shot all 11 shots. Did you hear it? That was all 11 shots. He emptied his magazine into that woman. And that's what he did. Like, you can hear it.
Get out of the car!
We're going to slow it down and we're going to count the shots. We're going to playback speed, quarter. Let's count them. I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, and by the way, dude got tossed, but it doesn't look like he's going to be hurt badly. Oh, he just got knocked on the ground. He didn't even get hammered. So he picks his feet up like a smart guy, gets his feet off the ground. Watch where his feet go. Watch the. Let me see what you guys can see. Oh, I'm so sorry. So watch his feet. He's going to lift his feet up off the ground. His feet are up off the ground. You see that? He lifted his feet up. Very smart move. And then he's going to get tossed over the snow berm. He gets tossed and then he falls down here. But that's not life and death right there. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if that is not life and death. Put a 1 in the chat if that is not life and death. He's not going to die from this. He's not going to die from getting hit by a car going 10 miles an hour. Yeah, he shoots her in the back, Steve. That's right. Yeah, he shoots her in the side and in the back. And Bruce got it right. After the threat was already over, she was high-centered and couldn't run them over after that. That was retaliation for hitting the cop. And she was doing, 10 miles an hour, maybe 15 miles an hour at the most. And the cop got tossed, knocked on his ass. But I've been hit that hard in football practice. So, and now let's listen to how many shots that actually are fired. Let's go 50% speed and see if we can hear it a little better because it's a little bit weird. Let me try to go 50% speed, 0.5. Let me turn the volume up on this thing a little bit. Count how many gunshots we hear. I counted 11. How many do you guys count? How many do you guys count? I count 11. Listen close. I counted 11. Let me check the comments. How many did you guys count? How many did you guys count? How many did you count? I counted 11. You counted 12, Danelle Brown? I counted 11. Gloria counted 11. Hey, Sally, what's going on? Glad you're here. I know, David. I know. So many of us. So many of us. Wisco Audit said, 1, get out of the way. Thanks for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. We don't stop. So I counted 11 shots. He shot a woman 11 times from the side after she was already high centered on a snow berm. To me, this is retaliation. The cops should be prosecuted. You can't go around murdering people, even if they attack you first. How would it be? How would it be? You guys know I love wrestling and jiu-jitsu and fighting. I love MMA. How would it be if someone walked up to me and pushed me on the street, and then I did a duck under, went behind them and slammed their head into the concrete and their brains fell out all over the ground? That wouldn't be right. I'd get charged with murder. I'd say, well, he pushed me first, and then you slammed his head into the concrete and killed him. You can't do that. This cop murdered this girl. He absolutely murdered her. He absolutely murdered her. It's just, it's pathetic. And now we get to see them suck each other off.
Shots fired. Officer hit. Show your hands. Shots fired.
Oh, dude.
Show your hands. Show your hands. Back up.
She's dead, dude.
Back up. Show me your hands.
She's dead, dude. She's gone.
Fuck, I can't move. We got help coming, James. Stay there.
So this is where you really get to see it. I think I made a short with this particular angle. So she backs up, almost hits the cop. Okay, now at that point, you should move, right? You should get the flock out of the way. But the cops are going to play this little game of, we got our guns and we can just, why wouldn't they go hide behind the other cars? And he did not get killed. And that cop unloaded on her. Look where he's shooting. He's shooting there. Look at the road is right over here. Do you see over here? The road's right behind where he's shooting. And then he puts 11 shots into her. That is just crazy. That is just freaking crazy. Like that is pathetic and that is sad. That is absolutely pathetic. Let me check. Let me see what we got here. Okay. Yeah. It's Gio's in the room, everybody. What's going on, Gio? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming by. Good to see you, Gio. How long have I been going for? Been going for how long? 2 hours and 12 minutes. I should probably get out of here pretty soon. I could do a couple more videos maybe for Gio. I didn't see Chevy. Where are you at, Chevy? Raw Weber. Yeah, I mean, listen, the cop murdered her. Let's just call it what it is. The cop murdered her. He killed her because she hit the other cop with a car. She was inebriated. She was scared. She had guns pointed at her, and she punched the gas. Maybe she meant to hit the brake. Maybe she didn't try to go in a circle. We'll never know because she's dead. And that's the whole point. The idea that Chevy's being pulled out of the mud by a Ford. Oh, that's funny. I'm talking about my friend Chevy. That is hilarious. Man, it just disgusting. Oh, you guys see this? I love this. I want to show this to you guys because I think this is important. And you want to see what a real freedom fighter does, man? This guy's a real freedom fighter. Check this guy out. What he does. So just so you know, it says Joshua Aaron created the Ice Block app. Let me get my head out of the way here. Joshua Aaron, creator of the Ice Block app that tracks ICE agents in real time on the White House backlash. I think whenever you push back against a regime that's purporting authoritarianism, pushing fascism and subverting the rule of law in our Constitution, you have to know they're going to come after you. And that's exactly what they're doing against Josh. But it hasn't happened yet. And this is on another mainstream state-run media channel. But let's listen to what Josh has to say. He created an app called Ice Block.
Josh, are you not concerned that the administration might come after you personally for the development of this app?
I think whenever you push back against a regime that is purporting authoritarianism, pushing fascism, and subverting the rule of law in our Constitution, if you push back against them, you have to know they're going to come after you in some way. And I say, go ahead, come after me. You can demonize me all you want. You can demonize the app all you want. But the reality is it's protected speech under the First Amendment. There's nothing illegal about creating this app, and there's nothing illegal about using the app. We are not purporting violence against anybody. This is simply an early warning system. And if your viewers liken it to something easy to understand, think of Waze or think of Apple Maps. When you can report a speed trap up ahead, what do? You slow down when you see that warning. And this is the same kind of thing. So if you see a warning that ICE has been cited, just turn around and keep yourself and your family safe.
All right, Joshua Aaron, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's important that we do fight back. Remember, listen, jail is not a great place to go, so you don't want to go to jail, but you want to push the envelope. You want to push the envelope. Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure that they will. Yeah, I want to do Constitution Headquarters tonight. I'm going to record Constitution Headquarters tonight. So the name of the app, again, let me just give you the name of that app. It's called, if you guys are interested in getting it, the creator of the Ice Block app. And I'm here in Southern California, so to me, having the Ice Block app would be a good thing. Look, I am not for illegal immigrants coming here and committing felonious crimes. I'm against that. If an illegal immigrant comes here and does a felonious crime against a citizen of this country, they should be deported. I'm all for it. They should be rounded up and dropped off in whatever country they came from. 100%. I'm 100% for that. What I'm not for is secret police who are going after any brown-skinned person and putting them in detention centers with no due process. So I just want to be clear on it. I just want to be 100% clear on it. That's what I'm talking about. And that's all I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Listen, I love you guys, man. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll do a vertical tomorrow so we get 1,000, 2,000 people in the room. But I really want to create videos for people who want to see my videos. If it's only a couple hundred people at a time, then it'll be a couple hundred people at a time. But I want to create videos for people who want to see my videos, not just who randomly swing by a vertical live stream. And I do still have to do the vertical live streams, but I really want to create videos. Deplorable Garbage is here. Man, I'm so sorry, dude. You just got here. I'm so sorry you just got here. Maxim was in the room today. Deplorable Garbage. Sally Stanley was here. Steve Conkler, Captain Team DLZ. Complying Borg. Geo was here. Blades was here. Rat Boy Ninja was here. Thanks for the super chats, Dan Cocoran. The few others, there was like 10 super chats came in. I didn't get to read all the names, but I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I appreciate the support. And then I know that Bill Roberts bought some memberships and did a super chat. And I just want to say thank you, Kurt Bronson. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Let's OTVO. I just got home. Later, good folks. Let's OTVO. I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call when I get off this live stream. Let's catch up a little bit, my friend. Would love to talk to you. So, all right, listen, I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you on the next one. Later.